In this video, I upgrade my electric tricycle to version 1.5. I've added the trunk to it, and I love it a lot. Here's how I do it. I believe it's finally time to upgrade my electric tricycle to version 1.5 by adding the trunk. It's kind of a big hurdle to jump over though, because it's together and it's working. And I'm gonna have to take it all apart to get the trunk on there. So it's like, well, it's working, but I'll take it apart. Ah well. It's my main commuter. But I think even if I put it on there and it doesn't work out right, I can always revert it back to this by the end of the day and everything will be okay. So I say let's get started and see how the trunk fits on here. So first off, let's remove the extra stuff. Open the compartment. Take out the charger. Now I'm going to disconnect the battery balance system. And I'm going to disconnect all of the wires. I use this foam for padding to make sure that the cells didn't break. There's a little bit of wear and tear though. You can see like the metal inside the cells there. Here's the extra battery I added to make it 52 volts. Now to disconnect all the cables going into the motor controller. Now there's just 4 bolts holding the battery box on. They can be loosened by hand once I get them tightened. So how this basket works is you have these pins that come out. Well, that is if it works. So now we have this that kind of folds in. It's kind of a tedious design, but it does allow us to remove these walls quite easily. It's only done by the bolt here, bolt here, bolt here, and bolt here. Man, that's a little bit big. But hey, it'll be a lot of cargo space. It's pretty nice in my opinion. As long as, like if I'm wearing a backpack, that doesn't bug me by the backpack hitting the back of the trunk. And this has so much more room right here, because what I'm wanting to do is make another box to have my commuter battery in here. And then whenever I get all these other cells working, I'll have a bigger battery that I can just drop into here as my like range extender type thing. Oh, look at that. That's actually almost perfect. I like that. I have 5 of these holding the wood down. I'm also going to see about getting some of these, drilling some holes, and mounting it like so, having the wood, having the U-bolts going around the main frame of the trike also. But before I go and make sure that the base fits onto the trike very well, I want to make sure that the weakest link, which is the bond between the base and the walls, is a lot stronger, because I just don't feel like it's very strong right now. It has like 8 or so screws going through it, but I'm probably going to get some longer screws and drive them through really far, and maybe drive a couple diagonally into there. But still, I'm not entirely sold on this design. Actually, it occurred to me I could just do this. Okay, so here's for the first test without any battery or anything inside the trunk. I have this strap on here to keep the lid down because I plan on adding like a foam or something in here so it doesn't like rattle too much. But this should keep it down a little bit. Let's go for a rural ride just up and down the street just to see how it does. Oh, that's good. No sounds from the trunk. It all seems pretty sturdy, so I say let's ride it off of the sidewalk here and see how this like 5-inch drop here is handled. Oh, I'm very happy with that. So I say let's open it up again and add the batteries and stuff inside of it. So inside of the trunk, there are a few screws that are sticking out. So I think I'm going to get some other pieces of wood and continue this second layer of wood on top of here. And I can always add some more screws to make it sturdier. But most of all, it'll make it level so then I can bolt my toolbox in here for my battery pack. Okay, so here's the big question. Should we mount it here? Or should we mount it here? I think mounting it here would be good. Leave that on there to hold it up. And I'll just put a couple screws in there to mount it to the base. So I think instead of me putting the motor controller in with the black battery box, I think I'm gonna put it out here. I'm just gonna having the battery terminals coming out here, because even though these cables are long enough to reach barely in there, it's a little too tight. Also, I'd rather not having the sharp metal motor controller right next to the batteries. So my landlord let me have a piece of that foam, a really nice big piece. It's a very nice, almost like a memory foam or something like that. I've put the batteries in here with plenty of cushion inside of them, and I believe I have it all hooked up properly. So let's snake this through and plug it in. And yes, that's good. Looks like it's all set up properly. Now let's kind of stuff this stuff back in here. I'm very happy with that. I feel a lot safer now because the batteries aren't going to be jumping around at all. Before they jumped around a slight bit, but now they're just going to be kind of moving around just in the amount of area that the foam allows for. So that's pretty good. And I'm also going to someday upgrade it to where I just have extendable extension cord coming out, so I can just like pull it out and then I yank on it and let go and it retracts back into the back of the thing. That'd be pretty cool. So in the end, I'm very happy with this. It turned out great. And yes, it's taking a charge nicely, so that part's working too. I took it for a quick spin and it didn't fall apart, but I couldn't really tell if anything was rattling around because I had a bunch of stuff in here rattling around, so I couldn't really tell if anything on here was rattling around. I'm going to get myself a nice little some trim or something like that and put it around here. That way the lid doesn't bounce around too much and it's a little quieter. But yeah, I'm pretty happy. So that is version 1.5 of my electric tricycle project. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and thanks for watching. See ya!